After grunting that much, all I think of is the last topic. So go ahead.
Okay. Well, we've talked about this on the podcast before. And the topic was, have you ever stole something? So I don't really want to go into that again.
We've talked about that?
Yeah, episodes and episodes ago. I know we've talked about, have you ever stole something? Because I
stole a litter of puppies once, but other than that.
You stole a litter of puppies?
Yeah, from the mother.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
We'll talk about it.
I don't know if I want to talk. I mean, so I don't know if I want to talk about it.
Okay. You don't have to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Do you remember that time me and you were at that party? I think it was at somewhere in Brewston. And I lost my cell phone out in the yard at that party. Because I was wrestling around or doing something out there. And
was it someone we knew or just a random place?
It was somebody we knew.
We don't go to random places.
It was somebody we knew.
Oh.
Like Matt Shuffle was there.
Matt Shuffle. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know he was there. You know it was a good party.
Yeah, well, he's at the wholesome parties, so you know that's a great place.
It was good people. I mean, it was in Brewston. But I lost my cell phone, and there were some outsiders at the party, and we're all looking for my phone at one point. And the dude, somebody called my phone, and there was a really, really, really drunk guy there, and he was an outsider. And he reaches into his pocket because he thinks his phone's ringing, but he stole my phone, but he like told on himself because he pulled my phone out. But he was so drunk that he was like, I have found the phone. But like we all kind of knew that he stole my phone.
I don't remember this at all.
I thought you were
not
there.
even close.
I thought you were there.
I'm not even close on this one.
Okay.
I have no idea what's happening.
It was at Carly's house, Carly and Zach's house.
Never been there.
Okay. It might have been like early or late high school or something that I went to a party there.
Okay.
But yeah, so you never heard the story?
Nope.
So what I just said happened. Like I was out in the yard, we were all playing cornhole. Randomly my phone was gone. Apparently there was this guy who was like a friend of somebody there. Mm-hmm. Obviously when I dropped my phone, this dude picked it up and put it in his pocket. Proceeded to get hammered drunk. So when everybody at the party's looking for Jake Gordon's phone, everybody's calling it. Eventually this guy's so drunk he forgets we're looking for the phone. The phone rings, he reaches in his pocket, pulls out my phone.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I
very strange.
I thought that you were there at that party.
No, I don't think so.
Well,
I've never been there.
Because I remember
I don't even know where they live.
We ended up staying that night, and that's what I was like. Okay, I don't remember Poppy staying the night, so now that I'm thinking about it, you must not have been there. But now that I'm thinking about it right now in the middle of the podcast. And I never did this before, no. But
he always thinks I'm around because I am.
Well, if you think about it, since we've probably both turned 20, we've always been around each other. Anyway, you my best friend. But
pop a little pussy, shut your mouth, don't sass me.
Now that I brought up this party,
yeah.
The first question was, do you remember this? Since obviously you weren't there,
I do not.
Now part of me goes, fuck, I wish Poppy could have seen this just to hear your commentary about this guy who thinks at the beginning of the party was so slick he thought he was going to be able to steal somebody's phone and then sell it.
But he got this guy. How old is this guy?
Older than us at the time. So I was probably 20 years old when I went to this party, 20 or 21. And this guy would have been early 30s. Just a bum. This is how drunk. This is how big of a bum he was. He continued to get drunk because I had my phone back. I didn't care anymore. I was having a good time. I was like, okay, this guy stole my phone. But it wasn't like, oh, dude, you stole my phone. He played it like he was the finder of the phone, even though we all saw him do it. I could have made it a big deal, but I was like, we're having fun. Like, I don't care. This bum guy tries to steal my phone. I got my phone back. I don't give a shit.
Yep.
The dude continued to drink, and he was wearing these shorts, and he kept like trying to make everybody laugh by acting like he was breakdancing, but then his balls would pop out. Like his pants were so low that his butt crack was hanging out, but he was like this real skinny guy, and his balls flopped out at one point. I didn't get to see the balls, but Nash told me that they flopped out. But I totally wish you could have seen this guy. I just wish you would have been there, man. Where the fuck were you?
If it was at that time, I was in barber school.
What were you doing in barber school? With your freaking skinny ass toilet and my nuts hung in the water.
So why is this all about nuts all of a sudden? Why do you make every story about fucking nuts? Why do you make every story about fucking a nut, dude?
Dude, when I was younger, I ate a lot of butternut squash.
You're like, dude, and when I was born with my guts in my nuts because I had a freaking.
That's fucked up.
So like I told that story today how I was born with my guts in my nuts, and my balls never dropped, and I was like, why does everyone talk about their balls dropping? That's such a strange thing.
See, I don't remember mine either. I think that mine have always been out too.
Well, I feel like that's just like a thing that people say, but like it kind of happens. It's not like, oh, they're not there, and then all of a sudden they're there. Yeah. It's like, oh, your balls hang lower because they're heavier. Mine have always been extremely heavy.
Here's what I think happened.
Have you seen me run when I was a kid? I mean, I was so awkward because I was trying to run around my balls.
Oh, me and all the other boys were just like watching you like a hawk. Like, why is Poppy running like that? Now I know.
I'm literally bow-legged because my balls hang so low.
Here's what I think happened about the origin of.
I could never ride a horse.
Oh no, or a mule.
I've never been involved in one rodeo because of my balls hanging so low.
It's time for the part of the show where we do some improvisational freestyle rapping. We're going to do a little bit different this week. We're going to, instead of picking out of the hat of inspiration, we're going to type it into a app that we have on our phone that it generates a random word. So we're just going to do one word this week instead of two words, and Poppy's going to do that for us momentarily. Poppy, do you have it pulled up, and are you going to give us the word or not?
I have a word, and before I even clicked the generate random words, it came up with amputate.
Perfect. I love rapping about amputation.
So
that's actually like right up my alley.
Yeah, and I didn't do anything. I just pulled it up.
Pop a little pussy, shut your mouth, don't sass me.
I love it. Hit me with a beat.
And do we want to do a separate one?
No, I said one word.
Oh, just one word.
Yeah.
Done.
It's gonna get nasty.
It's gonna get motherfucking nasty. Yo, Poppy, pass the scalpel to me. I got this motherfucking dog held down. It's not a human person named Dog. It's an actual live dog. I'm gonna have to make him hound into the moonlight. Hold him down all night. Then I'm gonna have to cut off his tail, and cut off his legs, cut off his other leg, cut off his head. It's an amputation, I'm crazy. I don't get lazy when it comes to chopping off limbs. You know, after I'm done, I'm gonna stomp him with my Timbs.
Mad veterinarian. He's a motherfucking mad veterinarian. Hamster, no legs.
Fish, no legs.
Snake, no legs.
Then the other animals, if you come into this hospital, no legs.
Animals, you want some legs? Not around here, bitch, you said. I said, no legs, no legs. I don't care how much you beg. Dance for the motherfucking treat. Cobra come out of a basket, and I said, oh, that's neat, but no legs.
Had to cut him off, no legs.
Amputate that bitch, no legs.
Had to cut him off, no legs.
Amputate that bitch, no legs.
And after I got done with all the pets at the veterinary clinic, I had to walk up on a motherfucker named Jenny, and I had to spin it. I said, hey lady, come on inside and see your baby. She dropped off a cat earlier. I gave her back the cat, and it didn't have no fur.
No way.
And no legs.
No legs.
I cut off it and I had to make a bag for the cat back. And then I peeled her cat back. No legs.
That kitty got no fucking legs.
No legs. No legs. No legs.
A lady came into the veterinary clinic.
No legs.
I was like, how did you walk in here with no legs? She said, me and my motherfucking pet slug got no legs. I said, that's really weird, but you got slime on my leg. And on my rug.
No
Rubber,
legs.
dub. No legs in the tub. No legs. No legs. No legs.
She had
No legs.
and I said she's got no legs.
No
I
legs.
like the style. She can't even run for a mile.
No legs. No legs.
How to manipulate anyone.
So the origin of somebody going, well, when did your balls drop? The origin of your balls dropping
Yeah.
as a youngster going through puberty. Everybody back in the day didn't have internet. So what happened was one old guy, when he was a kid, didn't have balls that were like exposed. But he was such a good athlete as a child that all the other kids looked up to him.
Yeah.
But he didn't have, his balls were way up inside him. He didn't have a dick or balls.
I talked about this today too.
So when that guy actually hit puberty and his balls descended,
Yeah.
literally fell out of his pelvis, he thinks, okay, this is what happens. I'm athletic. I'm ahead of all the other kids. If somebody makes fun of me for anything, I'm going to say, I bet your balls didn't drop yet. And then he has to explain to the next kid whose balls have always been exposed and they've always been down. He says that, but the other kid doesn't want to be the weird guy. So
Right.
he agrees. Yeah, your balls drop when you hit a certain age.
Yeah.
Chain reaction. All the kids think that your balls are always up inside of you. It turns out your balls are always exposed.
Right.
You know?
I was talking about this today because our friend Ethan,
Yeah. Dude, he's crazy with his balls.
He can shove his balls up inside of his stomach,
Isn't it crazy?
and you can like see him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how has he showed me this though? Because I mean, he is one ball manipulator, right? I mean, he can manipulate his balls in ways that no man could ever dream. Secondly, he's also an incredible underwear manipulator because I never have seen his sack or his dingling.
Yeah.
And how have I seen his testicle inside his body without seeing his sack? He is incredible at that.
Wow.
I've never seen even a touch of his shaft or balls.
Yeah.
But I have seen his testicle inside of his stomach.
Wow.
So is this a party trick or is this real?
I think it's real.
Because I have not seen a one testicle sack from him.
He's not mind creeping you. He's not mind creeping you.
How to manipulate anyone.
Mind creep. Mind creep.
My break.
It's mind creep.
Oh, sorry. I always forget.
Anyway.
Mind creep, Chris Hansen.
Yeah, Ethan is so good. Ethan is so good at doing boxing, doing jiu-jitsu, and he's so good at playing his balls like a daggone Rubik's Cube. He does this. It's like other kids grew up with G.I. Joes and Barbies. Beef just grew up playing with his nuts.
Yo,
You know what I mean?
it's the only thing he had. It's all he had. Him and his brother's nuts.
Yeah. And the thing is, I know Jason didn't let him near those.
No, and he's just like, I guess I'll do my own.
I'll do my own nuts. That's how you learn to weld. And that's the damn truth.
Yeah. He's like, He's like extremely good with like the ball bearing of like anything. Because he literally is ball bearing.
We all are.
Not as good as him, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
Mine will go bad at some point.
You think your balls will go bad?
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean, go bad?
It's like when
Your balls.
good balls go bad.
Yeah.
Cobra Starship.
Yep.
2 episodes in a row. I'm gonna try to see how many times I can bring
like
up Cobra
it. I like it.
Starship.
'Cause I know what it
Girls
means.
Gone Bad.
I know what it means when a big dick goes bad, but balls going bad.
I mean, it's just like anything else, to be honest. Like a ball bearing can go bad, brakes can go bad, rotors can go bad, buttholes can go
You
bad.
need to do maintenance on the balls.
Yeah, teeth can go bad, nostrils can go bad.
Nostrils.
I believe so. Not yours, though. Yours are exercised adequately.
It's like
be
doing
honest.
Kegels, but for your sneezes.
Sneagles. That's you. Oh, thank God.
Good thing I've been working out.
That's how I sneeze. I don't know how you sneeze, but that's how I sneeze. But do you want to know the real reason or the real thing about balls dropping?
Yeah.
I Googled, do balls actually drop? Question mark. The testicles will descend normally at puberty, and surgery is not needed.
Thank
So
God.
some
Yeah, thank God.
testicles that do not naturally descend into the scrotum are considered abnormal. An undescended testicle is more likely to develop cancer, even even if it is brought into the scrotum with surgery. Let me think about this. So were my testicles brought into my scrotum with surgery or by a hernia?
I don't know.
They're literally saying that
I wasn't there.
they're literally saying that the balls aren't in the scrotum originally, and then they drop into it as a child, as like a kid in puberty. But mine have literally always been inside there. I never had that moment. It was like, oh,
Yeah, dude. I don't remember my balls ever just like not being there.
yeah,
Always had balls.
I've always had balls in my scrotum.
That's what I'm saying about
And so are mine more likely because they were brought into the scrotum by a hernia
Yeah, dude.
to have ball cancer?
Yeah, dude. You're like 80% more likely.
Well, luckily, I'm always like kind of like juggling them around.
Yeah. Pretending they're healthy.
Well, but Lord knows they aren't.
Yeah.
Lord knows these balls have cancer. Not making fun of people who have testicular cancer, but
How could you be making fun of them, dude?
it's my
It's
balls.
you, balls.
Yeah, it's my balls.
Honestly, if my balls got
It's
cancer.
my balls.
Okay. So cancer, when you get it on your balls, they grow bigger or they grow like a thing on them?
It's like a mold.
Every day is a new day. And I ain't never did this before.
Cancer's like a mold. Interesting.
That's how I see it, to be honest. What does cancer look like? Is it like just like I envision it being like if it's on a lung, it's kind of like all of a sudden your lung just starts turning black.
I picture it looking like a fungus. A white
Yeah, that's what I'm
fungus.
saying. Like a fungus is a mold.
Yeah. So if my balls grew more mold, that would be a weapon to be reckoned with.
Oh, for sure. Everyone you jizz on would get cancer.
Because I feel like, yeah, hey, it's not funny. You come on somebody with cancer balls.
All right, spaghetti dinner.
Get this man a spaghetti dinner stat. Dude's got fucked up balls. I'm predicting.
Honestly, can you imagine that jar at the BFS? Is like, please donate to Poppy Stedman. He's got fucked up balls. Not even cancer or anything. He's just got fucked up balls. Poppy's balls have never dropped. Please send him money.
Let's start a GoFundMe. And the GoFundMe bio will be a prediction of Poppy's fucked up bowels. Yeah. Not even that you have them yet, but let's really push that we're predicting it. And if you never get it,
3 options.
then you can just buy a house with it.
So when you donate, there's 3 options to donate towards, right? It all goes to the same place, but
Your bowels.
you're donating also towards like the prediction. So it's like, what will happen to Poppy's fucked up balls? And it'll be like die, alive, other.
The other is like where you just get to spend it however you want.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of just up in the air. It's for people who don't really want to decide if I live or die. They haven't really live or die. What's wrong with my liver? Sweet God.
Dude, can you stop getting cancer in your organs?
I'm trying. It's just so contagious. It just spreads everywhere.
It does. That's the thing. Are we gonna call? Is this podcast title "Fucked Up Bowels"?
Or is it called Cancer Cast?
We could do that. I think we could get away with that because people could think that we're talking about astrology.
Yeah.
Me and you are cancers
Yeah. Both of us.
to society.
To ourselves. To our fucked up balls. It is so fucked up. But like, making fun of cancer was like not cool in like 2006.
Really wasn't.
Now it's like cool.
Yeah.
Like people do it all the time. Dude, I do remember one time I saw a kid wearing pink shoes on a basketball court, like in high school, and I was like, nice pink shoes, pussy. And the kid looks over at me and goes,
Breast cancer.
his mom died of breast cancer. I was like, nice pink shoes. I respect you and everything your family stands for. Like just ignorance, dude. Just total ignorance.
Yeah.
But at least you learn from things like that. How are you supposed to know till you know?
Yeah. Okay, so that's like a thing we kind of talked about at the shop today. You just see you're young dumb kid, and you see pink shoes on a boy, and you go, "Nice pink shoes, you lame-o." Turns out he's wearing pink shoes because it represents breast cancer.
Yeah. Why
You didn't know.
Why does a guy want to represent breast cancer? If anything, you should represent.
Not breast cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wear regular shoes. Go ahead.
You're out of the game.
I don't want to represent.
but-
I represent my city, not cancer.
You're young and dumb, and you just don't know. It's ignorance.
Right.
So today at the shop, I asked the question: at what age did you learn that the R word, retard? When did you learn what that word meant, and when did you learn that it was also an illness? Do you know what I mean? So like,
It's an illness.
well, I'm saying
No,
like
I'm with-
when I was younger, I was probably like 3 or 4 years old when I learned what
You
that
don't remember when you're 3. You say you do, but you don't.
I do. I absolutely do. So when I was growing up, I had 2 older brothers, and if you
Little Jake running around. Retard. I'm 3 years old. Retard.
no, listen, I was always
Beep, beep, boo, boo, retard.
you have older brothers, you get called a retard.
Oh yeah.
You're
for sure.
retarded. You're a retard. Whatever. I was at church with my grandmother one day,
Yeah.
and there was an actually mentally handicapped person there. So at this point in my life, I was so young, I had only knew that retard was an insult.
Right.
I only knew that.
Yeah.
So we were at church, and there was a mentally retarded person or mentally handicapped person, however, the least offensive way to say it. They
We're
were
trying
there,
here.
and they were being very loud during the service. When we got in the car, I remember asking my grandma. I remember being like, why was that guy being so disruptive? What was he doing?
Yeah.
Because I remember whenever he was being
Yeah.
disruptive, my grandma just told me to ignore it.
Yeah.
So I was like, what was his deal? And I remember her going, well, he can't help it. He's retarded. And this is in like 1999.
And you're like, Grandma, there was literally something wrong with him. That's not nice.
Exactly. Well, yeah. Well, I hear her say he can't help it. He's retarded. I'm thinking, do I laugh right now? Do I like fake a laugh because my grandma just insulted this person? Because I literally only knew it as a insult, like butthead or butt face.
Butt face.
Yeah. So my grandma says that this person is retarded. So I was like, he's retarded. What? Because we weren't allowed to say retarded, even though my brothers did sometimes.
Yeah.
But I remember being like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I had to like ask her, and she told me that was actually like a term. Like if you were mentally retarded, it was you're mentally handicapped.
Oh my
When
God.
did you learn about the R word?
Okay. I'm trying to think of the way to say this story without making people I love look bad.
Hey, you know what we should call this this podcast? Testicular cancer is R word.
True. This podcast is retarded. But okay. So I've known that my entire life. I know that you learned it. I think I learned what it was, then used it as an insult, which is worse on my part. But I ain't no saint. I ain't no.
We're
I ain't no
literally
saint.
talking about being young and dumb.
Yeah,
You just don't know.
I ain't no
yet.
saint.
Ain't no saint.
So
I'm sorry, no
so
complaint.
someone that I love dearly, that I grew up around, when they saw that you were being an idiot, there used to be this. So backtrack a second. There was this commercial on TV on PBS that was about mentally handicapped kids, and it was how to help them, and you're supposed to donate money to them. And it was called amazingkids.org. And every time they played that, there would be like mentally handicapped kids that would say something, and they chose to have the mentally handicapped kids to make sure it's like the ASPCA. You show like the wounded dog. You don't show the happy one playing fetch.
Right.
You show the wounded one.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that they would show the mentally handicapped kids, and they would all go amazingkids.org, how they normally say it. And they did that on PBS, live, TV, cable.
Public broadcasting
And
station.
so the person I love dearly, whenever we would act kind of stupid, she would look at us and go, amazingkids.org.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I've always known saying retarded is wrong.
You're right.
I just did it anyways.
Yeah. So you were naughty.
Yeah, but you know, it's just like a thing that we always said. Everyone did.
It's funny the things you were allowed to say and weren't allowed to say as a kid.
Yeah,
Like, my mom definitely didn't like the R word. But was okay with butthead, but not okay with butt face.
that's weird.
Yeah.
It's like, what, you shit out your mouth, butt face?
we didn't say that.
Oh,
But like
she was fine with like, oh, you shit out your mouth, but as soon as you said butt face, it's like, no.
Yeah.
We know that. We know what that implies.
And I remember at one point, getting in trouble because I got attached to the word "you suck."
Oh
I
yeah,
was probably like 5 years old, 5 or 6, and we were playing PlayStation. My 2 older brothers were playing this NFL game against each other, and I remember that day in particular, I just kept being like, "Oh, Nate, you suck. TJ, you suck. Oh, you suck.
yeah,
You suck."
yeah.
And I said it so much, my stepdad came in and was like, "Jake, you got to comment with the 'you sucks.' You don't say you suck. That's a bad thing. You can't say you suck. You can't tell somebody that they suck."
Yeah, you don't know something's like
And I'm
too
think-
much until you are told it's too much.
Yeah. And it's weird, like I didn't know that you suck meant you suck dick. You know, like that's not what I was thinking. I was just thinking like you suck, like you're not good at it, like you're not.
I didn't know you suck meant you suck dick until right now.
It's what it is. At least I'm putting that together. I mean, what else would you suck? I mean, what else? It's like you suck. Like, what else would that be short for? That's insulting. You suck thumbs? No.
Yeah, you suck your own teeth, dude. Yeah, that is annoying though. That would be something. I never knew that.
Did you ever like get in trouble for like saying something like you suck that you just didn't know was like kind of shitty? Like your mom's like, hey, Poppy, you can't say shut the fuck up to your dad. We're like, hey, Poppy, darling, you can't call your sister.
I think
a bum bitch. Like you can't say your brother is a little motherfucker. You can't cuss at him like that.
Well, my siblings were, and yours were too, but they were so much older than me that I kind of like heard. I didn't hear a lot of cussing unless I was at school.
Right.
And that came from the bad kids. So I knew the bad shit that came out, the stuff that came out of their mouth was bad. So I knew it was bad. I just decided that one day I wanted to be bad too. I never was as bad as them.
Yeah.
Because I literally in 4th grade got in a cussing competition.
Hell yeah, dude.
And
who really?
Yeah.
Who'd you go against?
Dude, it was me and a kid named Eddie Burnworth.
Oh, I know Eddie.
Yeah.
Eddie Ray.
I was cussing while we were playing football on a playground. He goes, dude, nobody cusses better than me. And he starts cussing. I'm like, dude, oh, fuck that. And I'm like, I'm trying to cuss, but I'm not good at it. And like then a week later, I'm playing the Spider-Man game on PS1 or PS2 or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I'm like,
start practicing
on purpose, losing the game by myself to practice cussing my reactions to losing the game. And then
How to manipulate anyone.
Sorry.
And then my brother came in. He's like, hey, man, you got to stop with the cursing. I was like, oh, man, my bad.
You're like, I thought it was called cussing.
Yeah. I was like, sorry, Evan. I know this is the room that you pray with candlelight to, so I'm going to be done with that.
Nice. Good brother. Good brother move there.
That did happen, by the way. But we don't need to talk about my brother praying in candlelight. But he might still do it. I don't know.
I respect that. I think that's really getting into spirituality.
It's more spiritual than like
I think so.
Going up to the altar because you want to be in front of people.
Yeah, I agree.
Like in church when you're always like, anyone can come up to the altar and pray.
Yeah.
And it's like when you're a kid, you're like wanting people to see you be holy, so you like go up there.
Yeah.
And you're not really doing anything. Your eyes are wide open.
You know they're watching you though.
Your eyes are wide open. They're looking at your sweaty back, and you're like, I swear I got problems.
And they're like, why is this 6-year-old so sweaty?
Yeah. And then
sweating like a grown man.
It's like he's sweating through his white dress shirt. But like
what 6-year-old has pit stains?
Half of them are like, oh yeah, he's being saved. And the other half is like, I know your parents. You don't got fucking problems.
Yeah. You're okay, kid.
You little bitch.
Dude, you know what's funny though?
Quit going up in front of people at the altar.
Dude, let's back
and
it up.
Be a little bitch about it.
Let's back. Dude, so that the guy you mentioned earlier that you had the cussing contest with.
Yeah.
So
he would think that's really funny. I'm sure he has no idea that happened. In my eyes, that's what happened. Yeah. He was just being a kid that was being. He wasn't even a bad kid. He was just being a kid. Like he was just doing his thing. He probably doesn't remember that.
Yeah, dude. Well, I really grew up with him.
Yeah.
So
no, I did.
No, I'm saying like I like grew up with him. In a sense
I did too.
My babysitter was his grandmother.
Yeah.
So me and him were like honestly never associated through like middle school and up into high school. And he had eventually went to UHS and I think he actually went to Morgantown schools before even high school. But like we never really associated through like middle school and elementary school.
He was on my basketball team when he was in 8th grade.
Was he? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, but exactly, like, I don't know. We just never really associated with each other.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was like age 3, you know, when I learned the word retard, through like 6 or 7, my babysitter was his grandmother. And he would come up and it was cool when he came up. Because he was just like a different person aside from the same monotonous like old lady.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing about him though is he would cry so much.
Why would he cry?
He would just cry, dude. If like I remember one time me and him were on the trampoline and he would fuck around and he would like try to push you around. As soon as you pushed him back or anything, like as soon as you like retaliated, he would start crying. You would get in trouble. Mm-hmm. It was like anything, dude. Like I remember the one time he pushed me on the trampoline, so I pushed him back and I thought we were like being buds, like playing. And he literally started crying. And then I remember getting in trouble for making him cry.
This started young then.
Started so young. I thought we were buds. He started crying.
Bullying started young.
He literally got me in trouble. He hurt his eye or something. It happened 3 or 4 times. I remember him getting me in trouble for crying. And he was years older than me. And I remember one time on the bus, he just randomly started some shit with me. And I remember being like, dude, I've made you cry so many times. And he'd be like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. He would be so evil about saying, no, you didn't. I'd be like, you're straight up lying right now. And I'm looking like a fool because I made this guy 3 years older than me cry a lot when we were kids. Made me so mad.
I feel like you hurt people a lot. You never mean to. But that's what I meant by whenever I say, oh, so you started young. Because
no, dude,
you're so aggressive.
Dude, I didn't like make him cry because I was a bully.
I did that too, though. You know the guy that you guys always make fun of me for hating him? It's like, oh, you guys got beef.
Yeah.
That's what he always did.
Similar situation, probably.
Yeah, I always beat the shit out of him.
You would make him cry?
I'd make him cry all the time. Yeah. He was a big crybaby. And everybody's like, oh, man, you hate that guy. I was like, no, I don't.
He's just a crybaby.
Just one time we were wrestling. And we ended up like wrestling. We were like wrestling in a bedroom.
Okay, you got my attention.
I'm sorry, no comprende.
In a bedroom.
Yeah. What? And I like had my back on the bed, and he was like trying to like just wrestle me. And I kicked him. I like put my feet up, and I kicked him as hard as I could. Not like just pushed him like kick.
Yeah.
And he hit the wall. And then he started crying a bunch. And then, I mean, that was my number one move is every time someone would get on top of me, I'd kick him up over top of me.
And you make him a weenie. He's a weenie now.
And now all I know is that if he ever tries to fight me, I'm going to roll backwards and kick him up over top of me.
You my best friend.
Because that's his weakness. I did it all the time.
How to manipulate anyone.
Same thing with our one friend that I put him in a guillotine over and over again. He had no idea how to wrestle me because I would just put him in a guillotine and choke him.
Who was that?
Buck.
Oh, Buck, you got to learn how to get out of your guillotines, bro.
Yeah, I did that like over and over and over again, over and over and over.
That's okay. Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm going to pin this guy. And then I just went.
That's what happens when you try to get
It probably wasn't a legit one. It just probably put a lot of pressure on his head.
Yeah, we're just young and silly.
Yep. But
anyway, I bet nowadays you could probably kick that guy's butt in a cussing contest.
I don't know.
You're good at cussing.
I really like that guy.
The other day you were like, holy fucking shit. And I was like,
You're like, dude, you could beat that guy in a cussing contest. The other day, it was, holy beep, beep, beep.
Yeah, for real, dude. Like, you said that, and I was like, it sounded like that was in a movie. You sound like you're in Mission Impossible.
No, man, I've never been in a Mission Impossible, but I know a guy, and that guy fucks buckets of salamanders.
Somebody really does need to report Tom Cruise in Hollywood for just intercoursing buckets of salamanders.
Dude. Oh, man. Dude, I see him all the time whenever, like I'll see him at, pet stores. And I'll be there to, get, crickets for my leopard gecko. And he'll be there, and he's just, licking his chops, just trying to, get all those lizards. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to like, why are you freaking doll eyeing up those freaking geckos, dude?
Dude, speaking of geckos, they are kind of hot.
Dude, so
I
gotta tell you something.
I can't really blame Tom Cruise for that, but anyway, go ahead.
I gotta tell you something. So after our episode where we talked about Tom Cruise fucking buckets of salamanders, my friend who's also a barber up in Wheeling, he follows us and he'll like share our stuff all the time, and he's super nice. And he
what's his name?
Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle.
And Kyle, Monster Energy. Monster Energy Cuts. If that was his name, that'd be so sick. And he posted a picture. He was probably like camping, or I think he was camping, and he posted a picture of a newt. I said, oh man, did you know you better not let Tom Cruise around that thing? He goes, what? I said, dude, it's crazy. Like Tom Cruise like fucks like buckets of salamanders. He goes, oh, never heard of that.
Salamanders are always like, help me, Tom Cruise.
Dude, he's like a normal guy. He'll be like, Poppy, congratulations on all the people you got. And dude, this is oh my God. I said, okay, it was a picture on his story, and I said, did you know Tom Cruise loves salamanders? And he goes, news to me. I said, yeah, he collects like buckets of them and fucks them or something. I said, I don't know. It's really weird. And then he said, can't blame him, with a picture of his friend about to eat that freaking thing.
Dude, that guy,
Look at that.
he ate it.
Dude, he freaking ate it.
That guy digested that thing.
I can't blame him. Dude's about to freaking orgasm on eating a salamander, dude. It's crazy. Dude, it's crazy how, I mean, if you feel a salamander's belly, it feels a lot like a labia majora. If you think about it.
I thought about it.
How to manipulate anyone.
Out of here.
What?
Out of here. Oh, I've thought about it.
Do you have any announcements for the end of the podcast?
I didn't even get to finish this beer.
Well, drink it.
I feel like after the pod, can we do some more freestyling for a second?
Yeah, we can, but I have to pee.
Okay. Get me the fuck out of here.
Give us a follow on TikTok, Today's Pray Podcast. Give us a follow on Instagram, Today's Pray. Give us a subscribe to the YouTube channel. See everybody next week.